the word prayer seems to scare off an awful lot of pagans, and I think it's very misunderstood. What was your prompt on that, and your ideas on that?
Exactly what you're saying there, that it's a topic that a lot of people find uneasy or very Christian associated. So I started out with this quite serious, sensible project where I was going to explore prayer in different religions and maybe write something, a bit on the intellectual side. And I got a little way into this and I thought, there are things here I don't get. And I'm not going to get them unless I try and do them. Which has I have a very ambivalent relationship with deity and belief. And I've wandered in and out of all kinds of states of not knowing and not being sure about things. And being a bit on the agnostic side is not a great place to start a prayer practice from. But I ran into some very interesting, I think it was Buddhist content in the end, talking about how you can pray to anything, you can pray to anyone, that it doesn't have to be kind of God orientated, that you can just sit down and talk to the universe. And I'm going, okay, well, I'm pretty confident the universe exists. I can start from here. Hello, universe. Just showing up. What have we got? And it was a very strange process of making time for this without having a strong belief to underpin it or anyone I was particularly addressing it to. But it had a huge effect on me. I was really surprised because when I started it, I was in a very rough period for mental health. I was waking up into panic attacks pretty much as normal every day, and I've been doing that for a long time. And during the process of just showing up and going, hello, universe, I'm here for chat, anyone want to talk? My body calmed down and I stopped waking into panic attacks. And it was really the only thing that significantly changed in that time frame. And I thought, okay, there is something in this. What exactly how that works, I could not begin to explain, but it is definitely worth exploring as a practice. With or without belief, it definitely gets something done. And I find that really interesting. So what started out as a let's be a bit academic about this kind of book turned into this wild experimental process, and I kind of wrote the two in the same jacket and hope for the best. So it's an odd little thing, but a few people have found it useful. So that's
even I work a lot with deity, I work a lot with the old gods, but I still refer to the universe on a regular basis because it is there, isn't it? It is, and let's face it, even as a witch, I work lots of spells, I work lots of magic, I call on deity, I call on energies. But ultimately, if the universe has a different thought, it's going to interfere.
Yes.
No matter what you put out there, the universe has its own ideas.
Yeah, and it's trying to meet it in whatever way makes sense. I think it's just a work in progress forever, really, to get around.
I think it is whatever religion, faith you have, if you're putting words out there to another being, to the universe, it is a prayer, isn't it? A witch's spell is ultimately a prayer, isn't it? And I think we get a bit hung up on that word, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know quite how you draw the line between spell and prayer, and I'm not even sure it's useful to try a little bit tonight, but there you go.
I think it's words, isn't it? You're asking for something. You're asking a higher power for something. Yeah. Which is essentially a prayer, isn't it?
It is. Although, I mean, I think that's the form of prayer people get most hung up on, but there's a lot of other interesting things to do with it. And when I got into sort of exploring what other traditions do around not simply asking for stuff, it's really fascinating. And what happens when you're asking more for sort of contact or experience, or praying as an expression of gratitude, or as a way of kind of aligning with something else. And I think a lot of, and I know it comes up around like Hecate with the multiple names and the repeating those epitaphs as a sort of a way of almost aligning energetically with the idea of deity and the prayer can be a way of doing that. It's fascinating. It's not stuff that I do particularly, that I'm intrigued by it.